Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Stormedegree 14 here, and welcome back to another episode of Mario plus Rabbids, The Sparks of Hope. In the last episode, we made it to Palette Prime, and we noticed that the forest was under attack and that the village was under siege. We managed to save the village from the next Spark Hunter that we saw, Bedrock, and we also encountered Bowser, who has decided to join us since his minions have been hypnotized by Curse's influence. So now we're going to actually be traveling to the forest for a bit, and we're going to help Spellbound Woods and see what we can do there. Let's see what Woodrow has to say now that we've saved him, or saved the village. Village saved! Forest in pain!
Bones! Bones!
My wedding stew is mostly bones! It's an artist's moon, but it's on a stick if plum-colored drapes are in. I am out!
He's grateful the village is spared, but is heartbroken over the desaturation of the forest.
How do you do that?
That is a good question. How does Jeannie do that? I'm guessing she's learning very well about Woodrow's, Woodrow's poetry. It's interesting, honestly. I really like his character. The fact that he's very an eccentric, theater-ish character. Also, he looks very unique compared to most of the Rabbids characters. That's what I like most about the Warrens, so... Yeah, so we have magicians running around too, and again, Spellbound Woods, as you can tell, the area is dying, and we gotta go help it. So the first Dark Mist puddle we gotta... Actually, I want to see what this guy says first.
Dark mist drained our forest of its vibrant fall colors. I hope Palette Crime doesn't become Palette Grime.
And no worries, bud. I promise, we'll save your village. Oh, we already saved your village, my god. We'll save your forest, your village, and everything else. Don't worry, mate. We saved the village, now let's do this. Ghostly Sunset. We're going to be taking Peach, Edge, and Bowser into this, because I would like to show off a little more about Bowser's abilities. And I might need to take a look and see what kind of enemies. So we're doing with Ghost Walkers, Flame Stooges. So we'll need a Water Spark, and if I remember correctly, an Ice Spark. And oh! What's this? Another Spark. Ghostly Walkers. Their Gust Wave attack pushes back everyone within range. They are invisible when they move, too. Reaction shots are useless against them. Yeah, we already knew about this. We saw them in the previous area or in one of the optional fights with Bostrella, and so we already knew this. But thanks for the reminder, though, buddy. Yep, you got your hands full here. Just remember that if you win, I get to come with you. Well, that's nice. But right now, we need to change our team up with our Sparks, so let me go do that real quick. Okay, I'm back and I changed up my Sparks. So, first things first, we're going to get Bowser moving. And I really like Bowser's abilities. Again, he's really cool, really epic. He does a lot of cool moves right away. His Overseer trait is pretty impressive, considering that, again, he can do a lot of damage from really far. And is really good at making areas open for everyone else. He's really good at destroying cover, just like this. Watch. Boom! Destroyed pretty much all the cover one shot and almost took that guy out. No, he doesn't have any abilities, that's right. I used his Spark, so of course. And as for Peach, we're gonna jump her over here. So I'll dash into him, and then I'm thinking I'm gonna freeze that guy back there, or freeze these two in place. It's kind of... Luckily, what's nice is that the fire guys are actually not weak, or not resistant to ice or anything because of their fire. Honestly, I don't know, again, like, when it comes to, like, elemental weaknesses, often water and ice are tied together. So it's nice to see that there is a fair separation between them. Right, now I'm going to put on Splash Dash for this last one. And bounce you into... Yep, and he's down. Nice. Okay, okay, so there's a guy there. I say... let's actually back up here. And yeah, let's hit him from over there. And he gets bounced. Okay. Oh boy. Oh. Oh, yes! thanks to Pyrogeddon, she resisted the flame, which is very nice. Alright, so let me skip this stuff. Yeah, these guys are just gonna keep firing at us. They're not doing very well, though. He missed. Wait, and that's it. So, what's next, then? I say let's bring Bowser over to this guy. Or not. Let's try that again. Oh, now we can vault over this area. Dash into him. Vault back over. And I think we'll actually unleash the Rabbid Mega Koopas. Yeah, look at these things are disgusting. They chase after enemies and deal fire damage due to an upgrade I gave them. And again, many enemies will actually aim for them, which is very helpful. And again, just like what we found out before, is that if you inflict these guys with fire, they will actually run around and still be triggered with reaction shots. Luckily the splash damage doesn't hurt your allies when the Koopas explode. They will, however, still inflict burn on people, so I'm gonna jump Bowser back up here, now that we did all that. And let's see, can I blast him from here? Yeah, so let's just do that. And boom! Right, I say let's give everybody a shield, because we're gonna get Peach and Edge up close to some of the enemies. Okay. Mainly Edge. Okay, so... Yep, dash into him again. And it's just barely not enough to take him down. Okay, I think we can hit both of these guys. I think we'll just focus on him, actually. Yeah, take that! Let me see what I can do. Oh yeah, Peach can jump from here. Oh, and her shotgun can do nice amounts of damage from here. Fire! Right, and I say... Okay, so it can reach across the gap. But the better question is, do we want it to? Yeah, I say why not. Maybe it'll hit, who knows. I don't think it will, though. Yeah, that's what I thought. It's not gonna hit. Also, Edge. Nice. Okay, so I actually wasn't too sure if... I'm guessing when you shield, you also resist the effects of the attack as well. Which is pretty helpful, yeah, because Edge didn't have a fire spark on her. And already she's out of bounds for dash. And Peach just barely can't do anything. Come on. Alright, Bowser, let's get you jumping over here. And we're gonna use Peach to help bounce you farther up. Wait, come on, buddy. Wait, just make it over to the bouncer. Come on, come on, come on. Yes! We got it! Right, and then we'll use this one. Actually, let's keep Bowser right here, because actually, I want to use him to bounce, or to bounce Edge off of him, and then start dashing into this guy. Yeah, because we can do a lot of damage to... Oh, now he's over there. Okay. So let's jump this way. And see what fresh meat we can dash into. Ooh. Okay, good. We made it into range. And off with ya! And off with you again! Okay, so... Right, she can't dash again. I'd say she'd be better off... Honestly, probably just hiding in this corner. She will... but she will catch fire from that guy, so maybe back here. Okay, so they're down. Let's get Bowser over there. Just flying along. Nothing to see here. Yeah, these bounce pads really make it so that you can move around like crazy. It's really cool. Do we want to inflict shock on any of these guys? They're not really close together, so it'd be kind of pointless. We can, however, dash into somebody, so I say let's take advantage of the damage and... Oops. I probably should have done something better. Oops. Okay, well, he's gonna send me flying with his wind attack, so... You know what, let's just do it. I don't think it friendly fires, so... Right, so Peach, dash into this guy. And shotgun him. Alright, we're good. So yeah, Bowser's gonna take a lot of damage. Oh no. Oh, okay, they missed. Oh wow, he actually didn't choose to wind attack me. That was like the prime opportunity to do so, and he didn't take it. Also, that guy didn't shoot at me. Are they taking it easy on us or something? Hope not. I don't think... From what I remember, I don't think there's exactly a difficulty setting here. Well, no, there is, duh, but I mean, like... Well, like, often there's, like, a smaller subsetting for combat. So... I don't know what the heck I'm thinking. Okay. I'll use this reset clock, because I'd like to give... Yeah, Bowser a shield. Such a cool setup. Anyway. Oh, right, she can't attack. Because I've already used up her turn. Can we boost Bowser from here? No, we cannot. Oh, wait. She made it. Okay. Let's boost him up. And do some real damage to these guys. And what I really love is that it applies to her dash.
One down. Just dead weight.
Mm-hmm. Now prepare to be bladed. Nice, nice. I say let's get Bowser up here. It's okay if we leave him out in the front, since he's got a shield now, and I... Dang it, I keep, like, impulsively landing too early, and then getting stuck in a bad spot. Well, I think we'll be fine for the most part. I don't think... Oh, no. Yeah, Peach has a shield, plus she has immunity. Nope. Nope.
Go on. Ouch.
Ouch indeed. Yeah, What could have been nicer is maybe I could have brought glitter in to get him close. Because again, it's not just Rabbid Mario that can benefit from this. Peach benefits from it too. Bowser actually benefits from it as well. Because again, like, putting someone out in the open, getting all the enemies to gather near you, and then just having Bowser blast them away can be super helpful. Like right now. Yeah, let's just blast that guy away. It's interesting that they got rid of the friendly fire. There wasn't an option to choose to get rid of it or not. Is there a bounce pad up here that I could use to move around? No. So I'll just hit that guy normally. No, let's send out the Mecha Koopas. Yeah, they do have somewhere to go. They can just jump off the edge. Alright, well, at least that one can. Nope. Yeah, and again, they'll go after like the Mecha Koopas if they can. What another thing you can actually do with them is pretty cool. You can pick them up and carry them. And just like the Bob-ombs, you can use them as weapons. So that's another use you can have for Mecha Koopas. So these little guys are pretty diverse, and I did not mean to do that. Yeah, if they don't hit an enemy directly, you can just throw them in a favorable position. So they're not exactly stranded up there. We can just temporarily use them as bombs. Dash into him and combo! That was really cool. I didn't mean to set that up, but that was pretty funny. I wonder if... I'm also curious if Bowser has a natural fire resistance, considering... Because it seemed like he took a lot less damage from that. Right, let's power him up with... let's go with Splash, not Shock. And let's bounce him. Nice. Okay. Yep, this'll do well. And fire! This fight's taking a while. Yeesh. No, Pyrogen won't do anything. Let's hurry this up. Yeesh, those guys really hit for a lot of damage. Hey, Mecha Koopas wasting their turn. Dash into him. Shotgun him at point blank. Nicely done, nicely done. Oh wait, Edge actually could have reached that one from here. So I didn't actually have to do that. Oh, is she gonna make it? Is she gonna make it? She's gonna not make it. At least she can hit that guy from here. Right, because I feel like that Pyro guy is... Actually, he's not gonna move, is he? Alright, well, we'll get Bowser in here to clean up the mess. And jump off of Edge. Dash into that guy. And Bowzooka that dude. And we're done. Nice, that battle went pretty smoothly compared to what happens most of the time. And considering when we fought... considering what happened when we fought Bedrock. But finally, yeah, the Dark Mist Puddle is clear. Now we can enter the Spellbound Woods. With Bowser leading the charge. And we got the new Spark, Zephyrquake. So, this guy, as his appearance implies, he is a lot like Toxicquake, except he inflicts Gust and not Ooze. Pretty helpful, again, if a bunch of enemies are nearby. So, a lot of the sparks that we get around here seem to be helpful with glitter as well, because you could gather them up and then use him to push them all away. It's pretty helpful. I'm actually gonna switch to Pyrogeddon to have glitter on Peach, because I think it'd be a good combo to use with Bowser and the Shock Spark, considering that Shock spreads to enemies. So I think we'll be setting up some solid combos here with these guys. So yeah, despite the relationship between Peach and Bowser, they work pretty well as a battle team.
My instruments are unable to find the safest passage through the labyrinthian forest to the Darkness Tentacle.
Oh no. Oh, I am sorry. I'm sorry. Was the entire time the sound echoing? I am so sorry.
The risk of not becoming irreparably lost is roughly a snowball's chance in...
Oh boy. In hell?
Okay, thank you. We get it. No need for salty language here.
Kind of funny considering in the previous game they had a weapon called Hell in a Shell.
I got it. We burn the forest down, then we could go straight to the tentacle.
Absolutely not. I will use the Beepo Power Twinkle gave me to reveal the safest path there. Understood?
Yeah, sure. I mean, Rabbid Mario,
Seriously?
that was kind of weird to say.
Today. Also, never give Rabbid Mario a match. Ever.
I mean, to be fair, I think Bowser's been influencing people since then. It makes sense. But yeah, that was kind of weird for Rabbid Mario. Normally he's awesome, but he just straight up said, yeah, let's just burn down the whole damn forest. So, yeah, maybe it's best to not have him on the team right now. And especially keep him away from all the fire sparks. As you can see down there, yeah, Goombas are back in this area. This forest is pretty difficult to figure out, but... Because again, the whole shtick of it is that it's a magic forest and that we have to use the scan ability to navigate our way through it. As you can see here, we saw footprints. So I actually forgot to explain that when you scan the ground with those footprints, it'll lead you to secrets. So, and that's the whole shtick of this area, is that we gotta find out secrets in order to get through. So let's see if I can talk to this rabbit.
Your reveal power must come in handy. The spellbound world is full of misery. Misery?
Mysteries invisible to the naked eye. I'm sorry, misery. I mean, considering in the state it is now, yeah, it is bringing in misery. But again, he just explained what I said, that we're going to be using the scan power a lot around here just to get through. And there are enemies everywhere. So what we see here is we see a rock that has the scan color on it. When we scan it, it says to go this way. And as you look carefully, there's a pipe hidden here in the bushes. And if I could just move the camera, this is how we get across the river. And let's get into the fight. I think I'll keep most of the fights in. I'm thinking of keeping this episode quite a bit longer than normal. Considering that I want to show off some of the combinations of stuff we could potentially do. Because again, we've been getting a lot of sparks that could be very helpful, and I do want to showcase some of them. As for oh, actually, with these new guys, maybe I can't. We got new enemies. Squashettes. Leaps high into the air, landing near as many opponents as possible to inflict a gust attack that sends them flying backwards. So yeah, these are essentially the Smasher variants, but they produce wind when they land. They are pretty nasty that way. However, they are very weak against cold, which we have. So for this fight, Zephyrquake is not going to be a good showcase, considering, yeah, a lot of guys here resist wind. Sorry, I was trying to double check to see what I could do. We're fine with the... No, I don't want to leave this fight. Come on, it's... What I want to do is try to show off a potentially cool combo that maybe we could do. So I'm going to gather everyone here. And we'll do that. And then we're going to inflict shock with Bowser's bazooka, or Bowzooka. And just launch directly at them. If I could see behind the tree, sorry. Alright, that was pretty good. So now I'm guessing because it hit all of them, I guess the shock damage couldn't really spread to each other. Okay, so, I mean, that made the fight super easy, but it didn't work as well as how I wanted. Oh, we got a super mushroom bag! Nice, we got a lot of mushrooms now that we can use to heal. I do kind of wish we could use our mushrooms outside of battle so that we could heal them, but we can't. Also, there's a UFO here. Or a UFB, identified no, wait. A UFR, identified flying... Unidentified flying rabbit. My gosh. What is with me? So we follow these footsteps, we see that there's an invisible ladder up here. And yet, there is another fight that we can do. However, we need 24 sparks to get into this one. We still don't have the 19 sparks that we need to do the previous fight that we could have done. Or that we saw but couldn't have done. That's pretty he just gently pushes the tree because he's strong. That's pretty funny. Yeah, but now we need to really navigate our way through the forest. Let me see here. What do you got, buddy?
I bumped into an invisible barrier earlier, but no one believes me, and I can't find it now.
Invisible barrier, you say? Well, if we scan... Oh, look! There's a hidden box here. And if you're following the tile path, we see that we can push it down here and push it on the button that's blocking the way. All good, all good. And Bowser one-hands it. This shows how awesomely strong he is. He's such a cool character. I love Bowser. Okay, so you have nothing new to say. So now we're in here. Find the path leading to the tentacle into the woods. You got it. That's what we're here for. So the darkness eye there that's blocking the way. So we gotta find a tentacle or sorry, an egg that can break it. A lot of objects could just be here but invisible. And again, it's not limited to anything. It could be just about anything. So and boom, dead. I also kind of love that Bowser doesn't care that we just slaughtered most of his entire army. Oh, there's actually one guy over there. Okay, let's... Oh, there's two of them. Oh, dang, he hit everybody. Yeah, it looked like Bowser resisted the fire. I guess it would make sense that Bowser would have high defense considering his natural ability. Nope, let's splash it up here. It turns a powerful cannon into a water launcher. Such overkill. The edge. Do you think you can hop over there? Ooh, close the gap, 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 close the gap! Okay, good. And let's splash him. I wonder what makes a dash exactly water-based. Like, you just step in a puddle and just run into somebody? I guess so. Easy battle. Now we just gotta go find that Darkness egg. I don't remember exactly where it could be, though, is the thing. And mostly you're just gonna be stuck like this for a lot. It's bound to be here somewhere. Oh, there it is. It's not invisible. Logic would probably dictate this pipe probably leads directly to it. Alright, and here we are, buddy. Hope you like eggs. Alright, now we can move forward into the area. So there's another one. Forest Rush. Let's continue in cleaning up the darkness puddles. Let's see what this fight's about as well. I think we'll be getting a new spark from here. Let's see. Oh no, okay, so this is a reaching area. Oh, I remember this level. Right, so let me go get my setup for reaching area, because you know who that's going to involve, and we'll be right back. So we're gonna put Luigi in, because we need Luigi. We'll give him invisibility. We'll also give him ice. Okay, so here's my team. I decided to replace Edge with Luigi and change up the sparks a little bit. Because again, the biggest shtick that Luigi's got for us is that he has incredible movement, which is going to be very crucial to getting there as quick as possible. And to make sure that no one interferes with it, we're also going to be making sure that he can jump across his pals and turn invisible so that he's not being interfered with. And one thing I will do, however, if I can get Bowser close enough to it, which I don't think he's close enough, but let's see. Nope. Okay. Let's just power up Luigi. Alright, so for Luigi, we're going to put up the Ice Spark, because again, a bunch of enemies that are going to be moving are weak to ice. And we're just going to be setting up Steely Stare. Okay. And what we're also going to be doing is setting up Glitter. Gather round, everyone. Boom. Dead. That guy's especially dead. And there we go. Now Bowser's kind of in a tough spot here. So I'd say let's put up Splash. Does it hit both of them? Could it potentially hit both of them? I guess not. So you know what? I'll just bounce this guy away. It honestly won't do too much, but it'll do enough. And yeah, that's the whole thing. That's how they summon powerful gust of wind. Okay. That Stooge is gonna attack. Oh boy. And Bowser's down. Crud. Well, I kind of figured as much. Did you hear that? That one rabbit? That was disgusting. What is wrong with these things? I mean, I know they're half pig, but still, it's disgusting for the most part. Okay, so can we shoot anyone, maybe? Oh, that guy's in a lot of danger. Only 700 from that distance. Okay, so Peach can't do much right now. So I could shield her. I think that would probably be the best option. Oh, the mushroom bag. Okay, so it only heals 50 of your HP, and it It's not an actual group of mushrooms. Oops. Well then, okay. So yeah, I'll shield her. Because then she's immune to the effects of the wind gust. Oh! Yeah. That's what makes invisibility a bit tricky to work with here, is because the wind gust can still hit him even if he's invisible. Oh boy. Yeah, more squashettes. Alright, so I think this is just gonna end with Luigi scrambling to get to the end. I'm hoping that maybe he has enough space here to get over there. I think he'll have enough room to run. Yeah, let's just get this part over with. Peach is very likely going to die. These fat pigs that keep trying to butt slam everything in sight. And then there's just these guys chillaxing around Bowser. And then we got snipers. And now we have a victory in our hands. Easy. Okay, pretty easy victory. Pretty easy stuff to do. Got more star bits. Oh wait, what's that? No. I'm sorry, I thought there was like a texture bubble over there, but it was just a lantern. There's a giant outlet plug hanging from this tree, and it seems to lead all the way to whatever the heck that is. No, Beepo, do you want to talk about it? If I could just... Okay, I don't understand this. Why do I have to be in a very specific place for it? It makes it really hard to want to look at these things when, again, you have to stand in one specific spot for it, when you should just be able to get close enough to it in the general area and see it. But now isn't the time. The tentacle just retreated into the well. Well, most of it.
The tentacle that's draining the woods! And it's in a deep, dark, scary pit. That's new.
Be careful. We cannot know precisely what you will be stepping into down there. You will be like mice in a maze. That is a metaphor.
I see. I mean, you couldn't be more on the nose, sadly. Oh. Yep, here we go. Into the well. Let's go stop this darkness tentacle from sapping the forest's life energy. Right, so here we are in the shop. Sorry, I was adjusting something on the TV again. I'm sorry if the sound is kind of like echoing a little bit. Typically I keep the sound on the TV off. I think I forgot to turn it off during that time. So I know what you're thinking. Is that pumpkin spice hot apple cider or a bargain you're smelling? Look, I'm not going to give you the usual shtick. I saved that for the rubes. You recognize superior value when you see it. It's practically written on your faces. For you, I have my top-of-the-line merchandise. I don't even bring this stuff out for most customers. Also, everything here is covered by my no refund, no exchange, no fault policy, so shop without fear that I'll be inconvenienced. Yeah, so there's a shop down here. Oh, and we got another item. The multi-dash cookie, where you get 2 extra dashes when you use it. And it's already on sale, so I think I'll buy one just to show it off. So yeah, now we can buy the mushroom bags as well. And again, we have planet coins as well here. And a lot of skins, a lot of keys. This key is only 9 tokens, whereas the previous one was 11. So there's not many missions to do over here. Okay, we're going to be buying a couple of mushrooms because I know I'm going to need them. I'm gonna buy 2 reset clocks, and I think we're good. He calls us our favorite customers. I mean, I'm pretty sure we're the only guys who buy stuff from him. Yeah, here we go. We gotta dive deeper into the pit. These coins are a hint that there's an invisible bridge. And there's a pipe of darkness blocking the way. So we need to clear that out before we can get up here. Actually, I think that pipe is the shortcut back up, maybe. Because from the looks of it, we're going to be traveling down, and then we need to find a way back up. Okay. So a darkness eye here. There's an egg down there. It's obvious. The coins show that it's secret. There's an invisible ladder here that will lead you down to it. So let's do the logical thing and throw an egg into an eye to kill it, because that's how that works, I guess. Now we get the stone that we saw back up here. We could put inside of a socket. If Luigi could not crash into the wall like a moron. Come on. Luigi, I think you're a great character, and I always have a lot of respect for you. And to be fair, I'm like the weird god that's controlling you right now. But still, could you be a little less clumsy, please? Yeah, you're a cool guy. I like you. Personally, I like you a little more than Mario. If that's what you say. Yes, I'm a Luigi guy. But not a clumsy Luigi guy. I have a little bit of standards for that. Hey, so we can see here that there's a memory turtle and a hidden darkness puddle that we can't seem to get to. Or so you think. So I think we'll do this puddle real quick and before we get into the main one. Alright, so the mission here is to destroy the darkness eyes. So I know who I'm going to be setting up for this. Rabbid Luigi, you're our guy who goes for the eyes. And we're going to put Mario in place of Luigi. As for Sparks, I think we'll put... Let's see, we'll put the Power Boost or Starburst on Mario. We'll keep Shock and Splash on Bowser, I think. Maybe we'll get the Glitter one on Rabbid Luigi. As well as getting him... Yeah, let's upgrade Zephyr Quake and let's use him here, because I think he'll be helpful here. So let's put him here. And let's get into the fight. Here we go. So first things first, let's attract as many characters as we can to one location. With our magical little spark here. What? Okay, why was that not getting... Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Zephyr Quake. What it does, as you can see here, blows a powerful gust of wind that sends everybody flying away from the character. And yeah, you can knock enemies into each other, sending them all flying, and it can be very helpful. I'm gonna set up Bowser's Mecha Koopas over here because I believe that the... Yep, those Goombas are dead. And that guy's going down, plus the plus the explosion triggered them to destroy all the eyes. But as for Mario, we're gonna jump and then stomp him. And then we're gonna aim for him here. Yeah, he can't even hit the guy yet, so we'll just leave him here. Right, so as for Bowser... Let me see, where can we put him? I say, yeah, let's just attack this eye. Just try to blow up that tiny house. Let's give our turn. Right, that turn's done. And as for Mario, I think... let's boost everybody's attack damage. If Rabbid Luigi could just get a little bit closer. Even though I think ultimately it probably won't matter because he's going to be attacking all of these eyes anyway. Oh, unless he does that. Okay, yeah, let's do that. And boom, 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 boom. 5 eyes already down. And now as for Bowser, we're going to use Mario to bounce him over to there, or up here. And we're going to blast all these guys away. We're going to first infuse shock on him. And then blast them all away. And fire! And that's what I was trying to see earlier. Let's get Mario's reaction shot in place. And I think he's fine where he is because he's going to take down everybody else. He's dead. He's dead. And you're dead. The 3 little pigs, they died. Uh-oh, portals. Bowser, do you think you can take care of those guys? Not where you're standing, apparently. How about right here? Rabbids Luigi, back up. Oh, that's a good setup. Okay. Yeah, let's go for it. Boom, 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 boom.
I'm awesome.
Indeed, Rabbids Luigi, you are awesome. Let's power up Bowser's Bazooka and see to make sure we can take down these portals. At least one of them, or none of them. Oh, and Mario can't jump to anybody. Right. And I say let's put Regenesis on Mario because I have a feeling he's going to get hit a lot. And even though Bowser's the closer one, he's going to get hit a lot from what it's... Because I think these are squashettes. Oh no, they're just Goombas. Jeez. Rabbids Luigi saved by the flip... I don't know. Whatever bell. Also, yeah, we could have just ended this fight and just taken out the eye from here. No, I want to have a little bit of fun with these guys real quick. And who better to have fun with their own minions than Bowser himself? Let's just blow him up. Look at them all run! It's hilarious looking. And Bowser's running around too. Is that one still alive? How? Well, not anymore. How did that little guy survive? That guy's the real trooper. Dang, Bowser. Maybe you should give Goombas a bit more credit with stuff. That guy survived an explosion. Most of your Goombas don't even survive one hit. And that's game. All the dark eyes have been cleared. I don't know if we got any new items for that. I didn't look quick enough. But what we did get, however, was a memory turtle. And I wonder what this memory's about. Oh, it's about the squashettes. I mean, yeah, there's not much about them. I believe that one just talks about... I think it just talks about how, like, again, most of them just say what their weakness is, why are they weak to this, why are they not weak to that. And so I think the reason they explain that they're not weak to wind, or they are weak, yeah, why they're not weak to wind is because the thwomps they carry on their backs weigh them down. Which is, I mean, it's a little fun fact, but again, most of them are just, this is how you beat them. So, a lot of them don't really have any flavorful text, so I don't know if I'll keep them at the end of episodes. I try to keep more of the interesting memories in, or the ones that tie into the videos from now on. Because I was kind of just doing them in order earlier. So I'm trying to improve as I go. I mean, considering that I left the TV sound on, but that's fine. I fixed it. It's water under the bridge now. Well, here it is. The roots of corruption. The tentacle that's been causing all this trouble. Once we do this, the forest will be cleansed. Let's get to it. Oh, this is a unique area. Defeat the Dark Mist Taproot. Okay, I remember this one now. Oh, and look, a new spark. I don't mean to tell you your business, but you need to destroy that Dark Mist Taproot to descend. Target all 3 of the weak points at once. Then you'll be able to get to the bottom of things down below. Oh, I almost left the best part. Once you win, I get to leave this place with you. I can't wait. Yeah, that sounds good. Sorry for the scratching noise. I was scratching my foot. It was itchy. Anyways, yeah, we need characters. For this, we need characters that can hit multiple things at once, which means we get to bring our lovely pal Rabbid Mario in. We get to keep Bowser into the fight as well, and we get to keep Peach as well. So I'm thinking we infuse spark-wise. We will give Rabbid Mario the Ice Spark. We'll give Peach the Power Boost as well as the Fire Boost. I think Toxic Quake would be helpful here as well as Zephyr Quake. So actually I'll change my mind. I'll get rid of Pyrostar for that. As well as Electroid for Zephyr Quake. Because again, it's all about doing just as much splash damage, finding ways to hit them all at once as soon as you can. That is all that matters here. Because again, the eyes only have 1 health. They'll go down in 1 hit. So let's just get on with it. Right, yep, as we said, when we destroyed the taproot, now the thing goes deeper down into the depths. And as we dive deeper, we're going to have to face more enemies as well. Let's boost up. Well, this area is pretty creepy, I'll be honest. I like that the environment is changing as we're battling. Even if it's so much like you're just going down like a dark depths, which again is still really cool. Just suck him or suck her, suck it. I don't know what it prefers to be called. Like, I don't think it matters. It's a rabid pig that's dressed like a princess. So off with you into the pit. Can I hit him with the fire? No. I'll set up Rabbid Mario's counterattack. Right. Here we go. Right. Wasn't able to get close enough. Oh, but... Oh, thank goodness that guy didn't get close enough. Oh, let's freeze him. Because we don't want that guy moving. But he did get to attack it. I don't know if dashing into them gets rid of the ice. Oh no, it doesn't. Good. I don't... Yeah, let's not push our luck and let's just hit him. Since he's frozen in place, he won't chase after us. Boom. Also, he's inflicted by Toxic Quake's poison. Actually, I wonder why, actually. Is it like a passive effect? So like when he gets hit, they're inflicted with toxin. Because that would be... Because that's honestly kind of interesting if that is the case. No, oh, no, right. They resist fire. I forgot. What they don't resist is water. Does Bowser have the water spark? Yes, but he just used it. Well, let's get out of range for most of them. Because again, we can't really predict what's going to come out of there, and also these portals you can't destroy, so you have to wait for them to spawn enemies. So I think it'll be fun. You know what? Let's summon the Mecha Koopas so that they distract the Wildcat. Oh, that was weird. It glitched out and didn't actually like put him in the space area. I forgot that they're resistant to flames, but that's not the point. The point is just to distract him if one of them survives. Okay, that one survived. And so did that one. And here we go. Boom. He's gonna walk. And depending on how much, he has 300 health left. So, he's gonna go down to this. Right, there, easy. I should have shielded. Whoops. Ooh. More wild claws. I don't know if there's anything else we're supposed... Yeah, we're just supposed to survive the next couple turns. Okay, so yeah, after you, again, break the taproot, you just gotta survive. Well, pretty easy. We're almost down below. Let's get everybody over here so I can power them up and take on these wild claws. Or at least power up one of our guys. Let's boost. Come on. No, he... Okay, for last time, Bob, they resist fire. Why do you keep trying to do that on a character that resists fire? Let's just push them out of bounds. With wind. And off with you. I say, let's snipe that one. Because then Rabbid Mario can get up close and attack him. Okay, do it! Do it, attack him! Ouch. Well, at least Rabbid Mario can jump away after doing that. Now, let's give him an item. How about a bag of mushrooms? And boom, he died from the poison. Okay. So, are they close enough that they'll both get hit by this? Oh, yes, they are. So we can power up with Splash. I actually don't know. I'm guessing it's based on the area of impact. So, yeah. So that guy actually bounced closer. Close enough to hit him. And Peach. So shield everybody. And now when he counterattacks us, not only is he going to keep falling out of bounds, but he'll not do damage to us anymore. Or... Oh, if you knock... I forgot. If you knock them out of bounds, they don't actually retaliate. They just... I guess they just forget about it or something. Well, it doesn't matter. This is the last turn we gotta survive in. Right, easy level. Except it's not over yet. Yeah, you thought it was over after that, did you? Yeah, now there's 3 of the taproots that we gotta destroy. Luckily, again, we've set up so that we can do as much splash damage as we need. But this is gonna be a little difficult.
Time for tactics.
Oh, is people not actually talking? Sorry. I turned down the volume so I couldn't quite hear him. Be warned, destroying the taproots will also destroy strategic cover, leaving us more exposed on the battlefield.
Do this.
Right, note taken. They're also, as you can tell, the taproots are blocking the jump pads, making it harder to move around on the stage. So let me see. Yeah, so all Peach needs to do is get her Royal Highness over there. Let me see. Yeah, so she's close enough. The Toxic Quake is going to destroy this. Yeah, these Quake Sparks are very helpful in this situation because, again, they instantly clear them out. Because, like it said, you have to destroy all of them at once. Otherwise, it'll just regenerate the eyes and you won't be able to... And you will have wasted a turn. See, so as for Rabbid Mario... let me think. I think Bowser can jump over there if he uses Rabbid Mario. So, up you go. Oh. Yep, okay. Go away with you. And boom. And you can see that this area is a different color. Alright, so yeah, she can shield Bowser from here. Good, okay. There, now Bowser's not gonna die. And let's power up Rabbid Mario with ice so that we can take down this Ghost Walker. So yeah, already we got both of them, and we're doing pretty well. Yeah, these sparks make it very helpful, so let's spawn Rabbid Koopas to try and distract the enemies. Yeah, they make their way to the nearest enemy in their location, which means that there's a Ghost Walker over there that we forgot about. Yep. That's it. We're done. Oh yeah, the Mecha Koopas are resistant to flames as well. So that's pretty that's not particularly helpful because, again, you kind of want them to explode. Oh, that was actually a really smart play by that guy. I tend to forget that they have that wind boost because when I expect them to use it, they don't. Okay, that guy's in range. You can blow him up. Let's bounce up. Oh. Okay. Let's get a Rabbid Mario to... Yeah, let's see if we can get Rabbid Mario to bounce Peach up there. And there we go. Okay. Let's use our reset clock. And Toxic Quake, get away. Yep, very easy. We defeated all the Dark Mist Taproots. And the tentacle's gone. And we got a really cool picture. Or a really cool image of getting a Dark Mist crystal. Yep, with having Peach as our leader. Yeah, all's good. All went well. Until I kind of butchered what I was trying to say and I said image instead of movie. Come on. But we did it! And now the forest is back to normal. Now the animals can frolic freely. Better watch out, squirrel. That owl is gonna get you. Oh, family of boars. That's very sweet. She's letting them play.
We now have enough purified darkness energy to create a new warp tunnel to Terra Flora. We should, however, make time to reconvene with Woodrow. Even with Pallet Prime's darkness tentacles gone, he is in dire need of our help.
And you couldn't be more correct, Ginny. But yeah, now we have both darkness crystals and we can travel to the next planet. But of course, we're not going to be doing that yet. What we're going to be doing is trying to clean up the rest of the stuff around here. So I say we do what Genie says and go back to Woodrow and tell him that we fixed everything and now the forest has been restored and we don't have to worry about he doesn't have to worry about the forest dying and the planet dying as well. I don't know why I'm walking out here when I could just fast travel, so I'm gonna do that. Yeah, there's a lot of side quests to do. See, you can go through this entire area without doing any of them. So there's a lot to explore right away. You can actually, if your ship is close enough to an area you want to go to, you can fast travel to your ship without having to use one of the flags and then take a while to walk away. And since he's right next to the ship, we're gonna help him out. And there's a lot we can still do around here, and we will do accordingly. So Woodrow, my poetic man, how are you doing? We are but weevils in the wheat.
Oh, interminable sorrow.
Where is Sweet Lepek, the lumberjack?
Come, sweet Lopek, come.
Use the path behind your magic gondola's landing point to find Sweet Lepek's home. When not engaged in his labors, he is there. Alright, so we need to find a guy named Sweet Lepek. And apparently he's a lumberjack here. I mean, we just got the forest cleaned up and now we're calling a lumberjack to aid. I'm guessing he's wanting us, if I remember correctly, he wants us to fix the bridge. So, I mean, yeah, he's gonna turn the place into a wooden area, or chop down some trees and make a bridge for us. We're gonna ignore that guy. I didn't notice that we leveled up to level 20. I mean, wait, there's a thing of interest if this guy could just leave us alone for just a split second.
Do you suppose that
Oh, a giant block.
contains a giant coin?
Maybe it contains a giant mushroom or a giant power-up. I wonder what happens when we use many powers. So again, he said there was a path behind the ship that we could take. I'm trying to remember what he specifically meant by that. I believe what he meant is just to go around this way. Yeah, because again, now that we have Twinkle, we can cross over here. We can ignore these guys again. I think we've seen enough fights already. I mean, if we get into one by surprise, I'll keep it in. Oh, there's a darkness puddle here. Darkness near the woodshed. Yeah, so the guy we're looking for is just right up here. So I say let's get to talking to him. Yeah, nothing seems to be working, but he tried to chop. He was hitting it so hard it caught fire. Hey, are we interrupting something? Sorry, man.
Are you Sweet Lopek the lumberjack?
I don't know, people.
I am. But if you're here for anything but a pinecone bird feeder, you're out of luck.
That sounds nice, but Woodrow the warden sent us to have you repair the bridge.
Oh, so I was right.
Well then, I'll just take my imaginary axe and fell some imaginary trees so I can mill some imaginary lumber.
You'll have to forgive him. His prized axe was stolen. I saw who did it, too.
It doesn't matter who did the deed. We all know who masterminded this. Still, if I had it back, I could fix the bridge.
Follow me to the village. I'll lead you right to the thief. Yes, I give him the Transylvanian accent because he's a vampire-ish looking spark. But yeah, so his axe was stolen from him, and we gotta help him find it.
Worthless without my axe. I suppose you should join my spark apprentice at the village plaza.
I believe him.
He's not much of a shanty boy or a river pig, but if he says he knows who stole my axe, I believe him.
Yeah. Leave the Peck, I like his design. He's a very fat and chunky guy. He reminds me a lot of Bear Hugger from Punch-Out. He even has like an animal on his head, which Bear Hugger does later in the game. Yeah, and I'm guessing that like that raccoon is a fusion of rabbit as well. I don't know, but it's, yeah, that was. I mean, that scene was the scene where he was hitting it with the newspapers so fast that he set it on fire was pretty funny. I also love his house. Look at it, it's like a Lincoln log cabin tower thing. It's pretty cool. If Bowser could just get out of the way for a second. So if we climb up here, have a ladder, now we have a shortcut back to his house and we don't have to walk back around. Yeah, I think we'll help him out real quick and that'll be the end of it. Okay, so if I remember on the map, the spark said to go this way. Yeah, bury the hatchet. Join up with Vampastra in Paladville. Okay, we got move, Peach. Yeah, Woodrow, need anything? Bridge out, hearts broken.
Be through the fates.
Hey, woe-begone woodsman, a kleptomaniac, an enigmatical puppeteer behind it all. It's all over for Pallet Prime Post! So I'm guessing he's... my translation is that without the axe, the village is done for. Oh, hey, little guy. What did you...
You did such a great work in Paladville Plaza. Maybe you can bring that same energy to fixing the bridge?
Yeah, I remember this guy. He was the guy that said, like, I don't have any other skills other than carrying stuff. Yeah, he's desperate to keep his job, and, I mean, I kind of respect that. I like a hard worker, so... Yeah, I think we'll ignore that dark mist puddle that I said we're gonna do that. Because I would like to do this first. Let's go get this last spark. Or this one spark guy. So we see he's up there. What do you have to say? Today taught me that life is precious. Replenish your energy after every bell. Forget the calories. I don't know. I guess a fair choice of wise words. You know, keep yourself healthy after every fight. So yeah, I'll do that. Even though I don't think we're eating anything. We're just paying someone to, I don't know, force feed us or something. So here we are. This is the right house. I saw the thief head for it with the axe in hand. At least, I think I did.
Let me handle this. Interrogations require a delicate touch.
A delicate touch, you say? You don't even have hands. How are you going to touch it? Bopping in the head?
Come on out with your hands up, Pav. We're just here for the axe, but we'll do this the hard way if we have to.
Okay, I'll admit, that expression he's doing, pretty intimidating with the red color.
Oh yeah? Where's your warrant? How about probable cause? Habeas corpus? I'm calling a lawyer. Anyhow, you didn't hear from me, but the villager at the pumpkin house was bragging about this new axe.
Could you be a little more specific? Your house looks like Pumpkin Central, if you know what I mean.
I meant the other pumpkin house. The villager there's more crooked than two pretzels wrestling. Trust me.
Okay, so we need to find someone who has a pumpkin. He won't come out. Maybe we should look into the pumpkin house lead. Alright, yeah, so we gotta find someone who has a pumpkin house now. Look carefully, everyone. Do you see where it is? Wait. Is that it over there? Way over there? I actually think that's Madame Bostuella's house, because, yeah, she does have a place down here as well. And it has, like, the little decorations. I think so, oh, is it this one? No, that's not a house. Oh, look, a bunch of conch doors. The Kid and the King. Again, I think a stolen mystery to help fix the bridge is more important right now than is this? Oh wait, this is the house, I think. And I guess we could just walk right in. Apparently, no one's home. Yeah, apparently just walk right in. I mean, we're detectives. We're trying to solve a crime. So we have to invade people's private property for it, of course. I guess that'd be a lesson. If you're trying to solve a murder, you're allowed to commit crimes yourself, like trespassing.
Woodrow was reciting his first poem just before the great tree blight of Palad Prime strikes.
Oh, so this is Woodrow as a kid? Oh, he looked like a normal rabbit when he was... So does this mean all the rabbits are kids? And then they grow up to be the wardens? Okay, so this is number 1.
Leaf blowers to tidy up afterwards. Residents will find 1 million coins due to the noise violations.
Oh, it's horrible. So he's talking about a giraffe with flowers, and then a tree falls and makes a lot of noise. Ballardville used to be a nice place.
Psst! Everyone play it cool and follow my lead. Time to go deep undercover.
Are you just gonna yell at him?
Hello, we're with Palad Prime Pest Solutions. We need to spray your home for a hippopotamus.
Yeah, real smooth, people. Real smooth. That's the worst lie ever. 1, I think I noticed a hippo in my own home. Even a pygmy one. I also noticed that my accent had changed. Yeah. 2, why would anyone call an exterminator to take care of even one hippo, let alone a bloat or herd?
All right, fine. We're not exterminators. We're special investigators with the Lumberjack Crimes Bureau.
Is this about Sweetlepec's axe? I heard about it, but I didn't steal it, I swear. Find the songbird at his home. That busybody sees everything. If anyone here did steal the axe, he'll know. Okay, so this guy doesn't know anything. Guys, I've been out getting the word on the street. Psst. We need to find the songbird. He sees everything that... You guys knew all this already, don't you? I should have stayed with the group. The group. I can't do that right. Do you mind if we check your basement? I'm gonna check your basement, if you don't mind. He didn't seem to have a problem with it, so... Oh, and it just leads out here. Oh, we got a reset clock. And, again, yet another Dark Mist tentacle where toads are trapped in it. And being Princess Peach, of course, I'm going to leave them there so that she can stew over it, over the guilt that she had leaving her own subjects behind. Even though the rabbits are actually part of her subject as well, because I believe that the rabbits actually, like, really liked her as well, or she accepted them as subjects as well. I think that's the case. Yeah, so we gotta find a guy called the Songbird. And if you're wondering, it's the house covered in birds, so let's go in. And let's see what we can find. Oh. Oh wait, there's a painting here that says number 3.
After Woodrow read his next poem, a luxury space cruiser crashed into a satellite. Debris fell from the sky for quite a while.
Wait, so is that why there was a ship, like, on the side of the planet? Because it crashed after he read the poem? So a satellite crashed, a piano fell on him, a weight fell on him. So every time he tried to read a poem, something would just fall on him.
Would be having a picnic, and then bam! Down would come some crystal hot tub or gold badminton cabinet.
Poor Woodrow. You can't even read it. Let's see. Yeah, let's just read someone's diary.
Songbird has flown the coop. Thankfully, he left behind a note for anyone who happened to buy.
Yeah, because you wouldn't leave that in front of the door. You'd leave that in a book on your desk, which people are allowed to walk into and read. Because that makes perfect sense. It's not a note. It's his private diary.
Had to run to the shop today instead of keeping an eye on things. Bumped into my neighbor, the fork.
The fork.
He said he saw someone run through the village with an axe while I was gone. Of all the days to run out of pumpkin deodorant.
Pumpkin deodorant? Okay, that's a new one.
The Songbird's neighbor, the fork, can tell us exactly who stole the lumberjack's axe. Also, according to this, the town candlemaker took a loan to get hair transplants. His wife is furious.
Okay, and you're reading someone's diary. People, I recruited the CI, confidential informant. He told me that the fork can tell. Shoot, I thought I got ahead of you guys this time. I gave my CI so many coins, too. Buddy, I think you need to be reading folks' diaries, huh? I don't have the stomach for it myself. I mean, I don't think you have a stomach. You're just a little star guy, so I mean, maybe. So we gotta find the fork. So yeah. Again, apparently you can trespass and read people's diaries. If you're a detective, apparently. So, the fork. I believe, again, as it would imply, the house obviously has like a big fork or something on it. I don't quite remember. He did also say something about the candle maker, so... Let's see. I don't think it's that house. It's not that one. It's not this one. Ah, it's this one. Oh, right, because he has a pitchfork on his house. So that makes sense. And he has pitchforks and rakes everywhere. So I'm guessing his village job is clean up. Oh, here's no... Okay, that doesn't make any sense. Why is number 2 in here? Because we had to go into that house first and... Whatever, let's just read it.
Woodrow's poem, The Strange and Conflicting Feelings of the Crofter's Cheesemonger, preceded an alien invasion.
His poem triggered an alien invasion, and that's where the ship from earlier came from.
The entire planet was forced to harvest thousands of pounds of pumpkin spice in exchange for their freedom. Horrible.
My gosh. Oh, so Woodrow is the cause for much of the chaos here. It seems like a common trend from... No, I mean, Augie just kind of stuck to his job. Captain Orion had earned the right after he crash-landed here, and Woodrow, I'm guessing, just causes trouble with his poems.
Is out to lunch. Thankfully, he left a note behind should anyone visit while he's gone.
Yeah, and by note you mean...
Seriously?
That is not a note. That's a private...
Ahem. I'm sick and tired of my neighbors boasting about their pitchforks. The balance, the tine shape, the sharpness. I've had enough. I'll show them all. If there is any truth behind the legend of the magic whetstone, I plan to find out, and I won't be back until I do. The sharpening fairy will rise from the river to give me what I seek. Revenge against petty pitchfork pedants.
Petty pitchfork pedants.
Boy, hopefully the fork won't have to testify. A defense attorney could make a good case for a competency hearing.
Maybe, but... Come on. Yes, so once again, we have to go to another house. Or to another place. So he's... Right, so he said he was... I believe that the... I was paying attention, I'm just trying to remember specifically what it was. Right, track down the fork. So he said he was looking for a magical whetstone. So I believe that means he's actually down on the beach. Which also means that... apparently... Yeah, but yeah, that means he's down on the beach, and it looks like we can't get over there yet. Unless we go around the other way. So 1 second and we'll be there. Yeah, so here we are. And I'm guessing this guy is the fork.
Where is it? Where could it be?
Beepo, head of the investigative task force for codenamed Timber. I'd like to ask you a few questions.
Don't bother. I've heard them all before. How'd you find a fork as dull as you are? Can you even eat tomatoes with that thing? Who brought the safety fork? Anyhow, I don't have time to talk. I need to find a magic whetstone so I can one-up my haters.
Look, we need intel from you. You have a weird fixation about how sharp your fork is. Why not work together?
Yeah, definitely. And Bowser just looks so pissed about this. He's like, are we seriously doing this right now? But yeah.
The magic whetstone I need is impossible to find. Even if you get close, it's invisible to normal people.
Normal?
I don't think anything about this is normal.
Rabbid Mario's spitting facts.
We'll perform a grid search. Put on
Leave
a
it.
photo. Get a sketch artist.
Sorry, I don't know why I was about to start talking in Beeple's lines. Oh, hello, Vampostra.
Why don't we try searching along the path first?
Follow me. It's... Alright, sorry about the young. Hey! It's our good pal Victor.
G'day, mate. You look keen and full of beans. You ready for a Pallet Prime fish chuck challenge?
Pallet Prime what now?
Beepo, you've seen this 3 times already.
Chuck challenge. You chuck all city fish into the fountain before time expires. Just 30 coins. You're taking a rocket ride, a hot pound adventure. That is the life of the pro fish chucker. So, is it a no, yeah, or yeah, no?
I'm afraid it's a yeah, no for now.
Right, not everyone has the strength, endurance, or mental acuity of fish chucking.
I'm pretty sure most people do, but thank you for the offer anyhow.
Yeah, well, I mean, we gotta be... Well, I mean, we'll come back for you, Victor, but yeah. Also, there's this, a dragon eel that has somehow been knocked out by a rabbit, and the rabbit's just dancing on his head. I hope it's okay. I don't know where to stand on it to find it. But as he said, the magic whetstone is somewhere down here, and as he said, it's invisible to the naked eye. So we gotta walk around using the scan ability to find it. And if I remember, I believe it is over here. Okay, maybe not. I remember it being somewhere likely under the pier, or one of the piers. So it's not here. Maybe it was under the dragon eel? Poor guy. Got bonked in the head. Oh wait, there's a block here. Oh, Vampostra's over there. We need to go talk to him. Oh yeah, let's just put that here. So we need to go under the dragon eel to unblock the way. Hey, Vampostra. Follow me. We're on your trail, buddy. Yeah, so there's enemies here. We gotta watch out for them. And he's flying all the way over there. Whew, that was a close one. So, The magic whetstone is close. I know it. Well, let's see. And there it is. Now we just gotta take it back to the fork. Hopefully we can get past this guy without triggering a fight. Haha, you missed. These Peach can run fast in a dress. Just saying. I don't know how she... Especially, it looks like she's in heels, too. Yeah, I don't know how she does it. She definitely has more movement skills than Mario in that case. But, no, sorry, Victor. No growth with challenge. What do you mean? There's lots of growth when it comes to challenge. Here's your magic whetstone.
Where is it? Where could it be? The magic whetstone is real, and so will be my revenge.
We're going to pretend we didn't hear that. Now, quid pro quo. Stop naming names.
I saw the whole thing. First, I spotted him getting sweet-talked by the dryad in the forest.
Or the Dryad.
Naturally, I got curious. I followed him to Sweetlepeck's, where I saw him sneak inside.
Found who?
Seconds later, he runs out with the axe, scared witless. He was being chased by a beaver, or was it a hat? It was hard to tell.
Out with it, man! Who?
The thief is the villager at the pumpkin house.
Wait, which pumpkin house?
Everyone's reaction. Bowser's like, "Are you kidding me?" And Peach is like, "Oh no!" And I was like, "What? What are we doing?"
Sorry, I forget you're not from around here. It's the tallest one in the village. You can't miss it.
I knew it! It's always the first suspect you question that turns out to be the culprit. TV always gets it right.
I'm not sure if that's something you want to live by, but apparently that's how it works, I guess. So let's go back to Hinky. Apparently he had it the whole time. And I need to remember what accent I gave him. I think it was like a bit of a somewhat Bostonish accent. So it was Hinky all along. Then he seemed so trustworthy.
Hey, you got a warrant?
Open up and give us the axe and no hooey about lawyering up. We have an eyewitness.
You're bluffing. You're bluffing. There's no way anyone saw me.
No, that wasn't it. Hold on. You're bluffing. There's no way anyone saw me. Not doing what I didn't do.
Our witness is willing to testify against you in court. What do you have to say about...
Okay, so... the break-in, I believe is what we want to say.
how you snuck into Sweet Lopek's cabin and robbed him of his axe, reducing him to a life of pinecone bird feeders?
Okay, I'll sign the full confession. Just get in here and help me. I can't stop making different accents.
Looks like our suspect's life of wanton disregard has finally caught up to him. Thief or not, we've got to help him. Or do we? I mean, what exactly is our obligation here? We haven't even been deputized.
We're self-proclaimed deputies.
Help!
We better get a commendation for this. Or at least appear on an episode of Real Crime Files, Palette Prime.
I doubt we'll get that. And, yeah, Vampastra just keeps saying the same thing. Let's finally put an end to this. Uh-oh.
Axe, right in the middle of a darkness puddle, too.
That part wasn't my fault, I swear. I was just supposed to keep the axe hidden. That angry goose showed up out of nowhere. You know, when you think about it, it's really the puddle that ultimately the guilty party here.
We'll deal with you later.
Yeah, his whole house is opened up too. And this is number 7 of the map. So let's take a look at this.
Woodrow gave it his all with his poem, I'm no herald of ill. For once, nothing seemed to go wrong afterwards.
Are you sure? Because everything seems to be very different.
Until an intradimensional doomstorm measuring 9.5 on the terror scale arrived. I thought those were a myth.
I love that one of them is throwing up in a bag. Oh, poor Woodrow. So every time he tries to speak a poem, bad things just happen. There's the X. There's no way I'm getting near that puddle, though. No matter how nice it is. Well, then fine. We'll take care of this and finally put an end to this crime scene that was honestly ridiculous. Last Darkness puddle, and then we'll get to Sweetlepec and talk to him. Right, so the stolen axe here is a reach an area mission. So we gotta reach to the axe in order to obtain it and free the Darkness puddle. Or destroy it. So let me change up my team. Alright, here we are. So, one big problem about this area is that, again, you have Darkness eyes that are going to be blocking your way. These ones, they're blocking the jump... Okay. Sorry, I thought I hit a bunch of buttons on the keyboard. They're blocking the jump pads so that you can't jump across as easily. You don't need to break through them in order to get through, but it does make it easier, so I just thought I'd do it anyway. But once again, we're doing another Reach the Area mission, and as always, Luigi is the best option for that because of his incredible movement. And like I said, you did not, under any circumstances, really need to... or need the jump pad, so... And so let me turn him invisible because I don't want people to aim for him. Right. Rabbid Mario can jump up. But I don't know if I should. You know what? Okay, we're fine. We're fine how we are. Take that. And boom, got him. And boom. All these guys are moving. So Red Mario, do your thing, bring them all in, and then unbring the pain. Yeah, we gotta watch out. We got depleters here as well. Dangerous little guys. Beat him up. Let's get Bowser to finish the job. No, they resist splash. I forgot. They do not resist wind, though. Yeah, the other guy was gonna die. He was already so weak. And fire! So let's jump Luigi over. Dash into that guy and just kill him. Yeah, we're good. This is a pretty long level too. And you're gonna be steadily crawling your way up. And most of it is just gonna be fighting the same general group of bad guys every time. So I'm thinking that maybe for the most part of it, a lot of this is gonna be cut, just because again, it's a lot of the same thing. Cause look how big this place is. If I could just, you see, we have that whole section, that area over there, that over here, all the way around here. So yeah, this is gonna take a while. So hopefully, I probably will cut some parts out of it. Just to save on time, because I did want to make this episode longer, but now it's getting too long, personally. Or I think. But I'll keep what I can. I'll try to keep most of the interesting stuff in here. So I'll see you guys then. Hey, Mario, you take care of this. You take care of this. Right, you got it. What? 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 Are you serious? What the heck? What? What the heck? He's stuck! Are you kidding me? Luigi's stuck? He can still do stuff, but he's stuck. Oh my gosh. Come on. The last thing I needed. Now somebody else has to take... Now somebody else has to go to the exit. He's still glitched out. Oh my goodness. I can't even, like, team jump off of him. Okay, I mean... I mean, it's funny, but it's also frustrating. Look at it, he's just like trying to like walk in. It looks like he's trying to carry an imaginary suitcase that's too heavy for him. And for some reason he drank so much coffee, like he's in a hurry to get on a flight or something. You know, oh no, I need to hurry and get on the flight, and this suitcase is so heavy, and the star's just like, yeah, this is fun. There it goes. I can't believe he's... Luigi, are you okay? Are you... I still can't do it. He's still shaking, even if I... oh no. Oh no, oh no! Oh no, no, don't tell me I soft locked the game! Are you kidding me? Really? Really? Oh my god. Okay. I gotta reset. I'll be back, guys. Okay, we're finally back after that huge ordeal. I have no idea why Luigi just suddenly glitched at that. That was crazy. Sorry. Excuse me. You know, that was so weird that happened. It was funny. It was, don't get me wrong, it's funny when a glitch happens. My gosh, it's the weirdest thing. And plus, again, with how long this stage can be, because again, we're like at around the middle way mark in this area. So the fact that I had to do all that again. But luckily, it should be almost over. And if we can just make it to the end, which should be pretty easy. And this area takes a while, so that's why most of it has been cut out. Because again, it's just me moving from point A to point B, shooting enemies, them moving, pointless enemies spawning because no one's gonna get that close to me. It's just, again, it's just not worth seeing. It gets boring fast. So, sorry for. So that's why I was cutting most of that out. But I mean, we did get that weird glitch to happen. So, right, let's see. Can he make it? No. However, Rabbid Mario can at least sock this guy. Or sock both of these guys and get rid of them. And he took down the eye that was down there. Right, I also chose to swap for Rabbid Peach because I needed healing, and Bowser was clearly not a healer, so I know, very bad, but I mean, and she's been so. Yeah, I can't. Sorry, that was frustrating because again, this stage just got really exhausting fast. But it's finally over. We got the axe. Now we can go to Sweet Lepec and finally return it to him. And I had fun with this. But I'm glad it's over. I'm ready to move on now. And
My axe?
My beautiful axe! Is she okay? Did the thief oil the blade after each use to avoid microabrasions? I'm so sorry, Sweet Lepec. It was that darn Gyrad. She promised me a windfall pumpkin harvest if I stole your axe and kept it hidden. She wants to stop me from chopping down trees in the forest. I'm a lumberjack. That's what I do. Still, if I were a guardian of the forest, I suppose I'd feel the same way.
Have you tried talking things out with the Dryad? Surely there's some compromise to be had.
She can't even be found. Not unless she wants to be. Her lair is deep in the forest.
Enough!
Enough! I can't even fix the bridge thanks to her meddling. I'm putting an end to this feud once and for all.
Don't do anything rash. As soon as we take the thief here to jail and testify in court, we'll come find you.
we don't have a jail or a courthouse or anything like that. Woodrow just makes us write an apology poem.
Oh, forget it. Let's find some pumpkin spice donuts and make Jeannie handle all the paperwork for us. Case closed.
Oh, well, damn, people. Well, yeah. Despite everything we've done, this series is not over yet. Looks like the Spark Vampastra has finally joined us, and now he is the guy who does vampire effects for all your weapons. So it turns out there is a vampire version for the generic weapon and not just the dash. So I was wrong. But, there's a lot of sparks in this game, and it's hard to remember all of them. So yeah, I'm only human. I make mistakes. But that's it for now. What do you say? I should have known better than to go with that Dryad. From now on, I only steal for myself. I promise. Yeah, not the kind of thing you want to say, buddy. What's down here in the basement? Oh, what? Oh. There's a bunch of tapestries in here.
Something large let loose from a storm above the planet. Woodrow couldn't get out of the way because he was wearing stilts.
Wait. Oh, wait, so he's not actually a tall rabbit? He's just a rabbit wearing stilts? Oh my gosh, that is hilarious.
By the way, I knew he wasn't naturally that tall. I thought he had lifts in his shoes.
I had no idea. Oh my gosh, that is hilarious. He's not actually that tall or any unique. He's just a regular rabbit, but with stilts.
Landed on Woodrow, squashing him flat as a pancake.
So this was the ship I saw earlier.
It happened during dinner. Most passengers didn't even get a turn at the cheese trolley beforehand.
So this ship just so happened to crash, and as for this...
Woodrow was crushed by a falling cruise ship, then struck by lightning. After that, a rain cloud became his permanent halo, forever influencing his outlook and ensuring he'd be a bummer at parties.
My word,
Sorry,
poor Woodrow.
Bigger bummer.
He just wants to write poetry and all this terrible stuff happens to him. I'm so sorry, man. I'm so sorry. Oh, that's Woodrow. You're one of my favorite characters. I'm sorry what happens to you. I wish I could give you a hug, but sadly I'm not part of your dimension. I could make these characters give you a hug, but I don't know if you'd want that. Anyways, I hope you guys liked the video. I know it was quite a bit longer than normal, but we made it through. I'm sorry for some of the yawning. I was recording these very late at night, but anyways, we got a lot of stuff done. We helped save the forest. We then solved the murder, or not a murder case, a crime case of a stolen axe. And we learned that Sweetlepek has a feud with the Dryad. And now we get to see how we can help him resolve that, as well as figure out the rest of the issues on Palette Prime. That being said, I hope to see you guys next time. Bye.
In my effort to translate the poet Warden Woodrow for the heroes, I studied thousands of his poems. More than just a combination of rhythmic verses, I found them powerful, even moving, expanding and rewiring my neurotransmitters with each prosodic cue. Few things have contributed to my emerging emotional literacy like poetry. Perhaps I should try writing my own one day.